Second. All right. So, welcome back, guys. This is what I have on. This is what I'm looking out for on silver. So we have had a break to the upside. I want us to look at it from the current range, the where price is operating on, and this is on the 4-hour time frame. So price broke above these from this high, then retracement back to this demand. Now look at how this demand has held. This demand has held. We had a consolidation, then a push to the upside. A higher high has been formed. Then price has retraced back to demand. So this demand has still held all these times that it is being retested, even here. All these times that price is retesting this area, it has held. All right. So the next thing we are seeing is a strong bullish candle that has been formed. So what I'll anticipate to see is a rally to this first area here, these highs of what 77.50.
Umepiga kelele.
Mm, mm. So we have this, yeah. Price rallying to these areas of 77.50 thousand. This will be the first area of interest. Now the next area of interest will be this supply. Now, the reason why this supply, look to the left and see. This was a previous demand based off this and this and this. Then you have the breakout. This is the retest. Then this is another retest. Then a continuation of the drop all the way down to this. Then now we had now the reversal from here. A push to the upside. The drop down. Price eventually breaks above this area. Now, the moment from when price broke above this level here, we've maintained above this demand. Okay. Observe that from when price broke above this area, it has maintained above this level of demand all the way to price has maintained above this level of demand all the way up. Okay. And it has rallied all the way up to these areas of 80.47 600 levels. Right? So that is why I'm saying I'd anticipate to see price rally all the way to fill this range, because now this is the origin of these whole drop down to this demand area. So for the full range to be filled again, we'll be anticipating to see from this low all the way back to this supply for that range to be filled. Before now we get to see, will we maintain within the same range now, either a potential shift in market structure, or will we get to see price break above, retest, then keep pushing higher? But as long as you're still within the same range, as long as you're still within the same range, I would first anticipate to see a rally to this. Then from there, we monitor to see, will you see a potential reversal or mhm. So either a potential reversal from this area here, right? We either see a potential reversal or a potential continuation. But first, that is the range we are working with, right? So that is what we have on silver, right? That is what you have on silver. So that is on silver. Then let's have a look at oil and see what is happening. The current geopolitical tensions have been affecting the price of oil. Now, if for the guys like Rita, Alpha, we have been talking about oil since this whole geopolitical tension started. We've been talking about oil. So I've been sharing analysis about oil like on a daily. So this is what we have on oil. Okay. So starting off with crude oil here. This is on the daily time frame. Now, see the kind of reaction we are having on this one here. See the kind of reaction we are having on this one here. So price has been reacting from, we've been reacting from this supply. The very first time price shot up, it shot all the way to these areas of 116, 117 areas, then dropped back down to this demand. Then you've had a strong push to the upside. Price consolidates, then comes back to this demand. Then the next thing we see, a strong push to the upside, forms a higher high. A retest of the previous broken highs, price forms demand at this area, then a strong rally all the way to this supply. That range was filled. Then we had price from this supply, a very strong drop back into this demand. And remember, these on the daily. So these are very heavy moves. Okay. These on the daily time frame. So these are quite some very heavy moves. Okay. So you have that. Then price gets into this demand. Then the next thing we see is a potential. The next thing we see is price pushing to the upside. We had a gap to this area, then price is forming this. So this is on the daily. I want you to see the kind of range that you are working with currently, from this to this demand. And the next demand will be this. So the major range will be now from here like that to this. So we either see price get to react from this or this. However, we now go to the 4-hour time frame and see what it is that we are anticipating for, or what it is we are looking out for here. So on the 4-hour time frame, this is our range from this supply all the way down to this. Then we have from this demand all the way to this supply. Then from this supply back to this demand, because this is also a key area of demand based off these number of times that it has been tested. Then from here, we see price. Remember now we are looking at from this demand to this supply and back to this. So we saw a push to the upside, a gap up, price has retraced. Then what I'd anticipate to see is a potential push to the upside like that, all the way to these areas of 112, right? All the way to these areas of 112.27 areas. Okay. So if anyone is looking out for a potential, if anyone is looking out for a potential opportunity on that, if anyone is looking out for a potential opportunity on that, anticipate to see a slight retracement, then a potential push to, a slight retracement, then a potential push to the upside. Okay. So we have that. Okay, we have that on US oil. So anticipate just a slight retracement and a potential continuation of the rally higher. I have previously mentioned that I am looking at, with the current situation that is ongoing between US and Iran, chances are very high that the tensions are going to escalate instead of de-escalate. So, and if that is the case, I anticipate to see price like this level here of 115, 116 getting broken and prices even pushing higher. All right. So at the back of your mind, at the back of your mind, remember that with the current ongoing geopolitical tensions, if this continues, anticipate to see price keep pushing higher for US oil, right? So we have that. Now we get to look at UK. We get to look at UK oil. So there is UK oil. Okay. So this is what you have. So we've seen price we react from these highs or to the push to the downside, then all the way to these highs again, a push to the downside, a rally to these highs, like that. Then we now seen a gap. Now, where did price gap to? Price gapped into, price gapped into this demand area here, of which this demand was the previous origin of this whole rally, the origin again of this rally from here to these highs. So now that we've seen a push to the upside, what I'm anticipating to see is a potential retracement, then continuation of the rally higher. Then the first area of interest will be these areas of 112. The next area of interest will be the areas of 116 back to the areas of 116 levels. Okay, the 116 areas. So let's observe and see. How price gets to. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. All right. So let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Then we can have a look at NAS indices, NASDAQ and US30. NASDAQ and US30. So we have NASDAQ there. So there is NASDAQ. Then we can have US30 just right next to it. Then US30. So there is US30. Like that. Okay. So we have that. Let me move this like that. So starting with NASDAQ, this is what you have. So starting with NASDAQ, this is what you have from this supply, okay, all the way down into this demand and back to this supply that range has filled. So currently you can see we are still within this supply. We've not yet fully broken above. So now that that range has been filled, we anticipate to see, will we see either a potential bearish reversal or will we see price break above and a potential continuation of the rally higher probably to these next level of interest here, like that. Okay, the areas of 25,000, the areas of 25,800 areas or 25,700 areas. Okay, so we have that. Let's observe and see how price gets to react. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to these on Nasdaq. But when I check out even the daily, on the daily as well, this is a key area of interest. Okay, this is a key area of interest on the daily. This is a key area of interest on the daily. All right, so we have this supply. Okay, we have this supply here all the way into this demand, then back to this supply, and you can see this is a range on the daily time frame. Okay, so this will have given very good opportunities for this will have given very good opportunities for either the sells to the downside or the buys to the upside, because price has just been respecting structure all these times, like here, then here as well, here as well, here as well. So this will have given some very good opportunities. Okay, so we have that on Nasdaq. Then for your 30, this is what you have. So for your 30, we have price, for your 30, you have price currently tapped into these areas of 48,400, then a push to the downside. Now look, where is price coming to? Back to this structure here. These are minor structures like that. So we are seeing price. This is what you're anticipating to see. Remember, the major range, this whole drop started from when this demand was broken. This was a previous demand. Then it was broken, retested as supply, like that. Then price dropped all the way down to this demand like that. Then now we have had a strong push all the way to these highs, a retest, then a push to the upside all the way to these areas of 48,600 areas. Okay, so we have that. Let's observe and see. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Okay, let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Okay, so we have that on US 30. So any questions so far till that point, any pair you'd like me to look at? Just feel free to let me know. Anyone with a pair you'd like me to look at?
Jeffrey,
Yeah. Alpha.
can you check JPY
What?
card? JPY.
Okay. CAD JPY. All right. CAD JPY. What's your bias?
Buys.
Bias.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Why bias?
Okay, currently I can say Japanese basket. It's a bit weak.
Uh-huh.
So on the other side, card it's correlated to oil. If oil strengthens, on the other side, if Japanese basket weakens, see that's a bias for bullish.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, my level supports the bias.
Yeah, okay. Let's see from the daily. From the daily, this is what you have. So you can see, yeah, this is the daily time frame. And extend this. You can see this is a very key area on the daily. Mm, let's see. You can see that is a very key area on the daily time frame. Okay. This is a very key area of demand. This was a previous supply. And see the number of times it has reacted as supply. Then when it was broken, retested, now becomes demand, pushes up. Again, demand pushes up. Again, demand, although we had a fake breakout, then now you're seeing push to the upside. So yeah, that's to anticipate a potential continuation of the rally higher and price rallying all the way to these areas of 117 because now this is the next 117. This is the next immediate key high right here. Okay, the areas of 117. But in case price gets to this area and breaks above, the next level of interest will be this next supply area above here. The next area of interest will be these next supply that is at mm, the areas of 117. This is 117.8, about 117.870. Well, let's say about 117.800 areas, roughly within that area. But the first area of interest, if you are taking this position or you're interested in trading this, anticipate to see the first area of interest being this area here, the areas of 117 levels. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Anyone else with a pair you'd like me to look at?
Yeah, we can look at the JPY,
Yes,
USD.
yes, Rita.
We can also look at another JPY, USD
Yeah,
JPY.
sure. Yes, the JPY.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm, SDJPY. Mm, mm, There is SDJPY. So, this is what we have on USD JPY. So you have this, then you have that, then you have that, Mm, like that. So for this one, USD JPY, I can see currently. For USD JPY, I can see currently we've broken above. I mean, we broke above. We had the breakout here. This is a key area of supply. We had the breakout. Price came to retest. Then you have a push to the upside. Price failed to get to this supply. Then instead, came to this demand, stopped the first time, pushed to the upside, then come back to this demand again. Now this demand has held. However, you can see there's these areas here. Okay, there's these areas here where you can see these areas here where price is reacting from. Okay, there's those levels there. So currently price is reacting from these highs. Okay, so let's see how the 4 hour time frame looks like. Uh-huh. Yeah, on the 4 hour, price was formed like a supply here because this is a key high, this is a key high, this is a key high, like that. So you can see that is why we are seeing price push to the downside. So chances are high we get to see a drop back to this demand. That will be the very fast. That will be the very first thing, like a uh, price, price dropping into price dropping into price dropping into this demand. Okay. So price dropping into this demand, these areas of 158.300 areas. Okay. So I'll be anticipating to see price drop into these areas of 158.300 areas, because now the range will be now from these highs to this demand back to these highs, then from these highs again to this demand, then back to these highs, then from these highs again back to this demand. Okay, so that is how I'd look at it. I'd that is how I'd wait to see how price pushes into that level. Okay, so we have that. Then any other pair?
Jeff, can you look at Euro GBP?
Yes,
Uh, Can you look at Euro GBP?
Euro GBP. Yeah, sure. Euro GBP. Mhm. 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 So this is what we have right here. So for Euro GBP, we've been within this range. For Euro GBP, we've been within this range from this supply to this demand. Actually, we started from here, from this supply down to this demand, then from this demand all the way to this supply, from this supply back to this demand, from this demand to this supply, from this supply to demand, from demand all the way back to this supply. So now from here, I'll be anticipating to see a potential. I mean, already currently, whatever is happening is a bearish, reversal. So I'll be anticipating to see a drop down into this demand at 0.86, 0.86 for 40 areas. Okay. So we have, that is what you have for Euro GBP. Anticipate a potential bearish, reversal. Okay. I mean, anticipate a potential bearish reversal and price dropping all the way down to this demand at 0.86, 0.86 for 40 areas. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Geoffrey,
Yes.
okay, you are eloquent and you make trading seem so easy. I mean, that's a blessing.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
yeah, what did we conclude? What was your conclusion on XAU USD?
For XAU?
USD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for XAU USD, potential long term. Let's even look at it.
Mm.
Mhm. Mhm. So for XAU, this is what we have. Mhm. XAU USD. So this is what we have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So this is what you have for XIU. We had price break above this area. So we had the rally all the way to these highs. Then we have a retest of the broken supply as a new demand. Then we had price rally to these highs of 4,800. Then price retraced to this. Now, as long as we are still above this demand,
Uh-huh.
as long as we're still above this demand, we're still in bullish territory, above this demand
Mm.
area here. So I'd anticipate to see two scenarios. Either we see price
Mm-hmm.
first drop back to this
Yeah.
before now a potential push to the upside, or that will be the first scenario. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the next scenario will be to see price either react from this area here, then that push to the upside. Because now this form,
Either way,
yeah, yes,
it's a upward movement.
yes, because this area can easily get to form like a minor demand based off this.
Okay.
But now
Okay.
the major one
Thank
will
you.
be down here. That is if price comes. That is if price comes all the way down.
Okay, let's mark those areas.
Yeah. So those are the levels that I'd anticipate to see price react. I'd anticipate to see price react from.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Jeffrey.
Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Mm.
Mhm. So, that is what we have on gold, right? So anyone else would appear like me to look at?
Jeff,
Yes.
yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Yeah, good
Not a
evening.
pair, but a request.
Uh-huh.
As in, like I've seen, we have a good community here.
Uh-huh.
So besides Monday, which other day can we at least in our week at least we have the same meetings? Not just Monday, at least somewhere um in the middle of the week.
Mm-hmm.
At least can also help us anticipate. Sometimes we do this meeting on Monday. Then in the middle of the week, there something happens, pressure or anything. If you don't go to the right direction with the trade, so I'd like to request at least we can have another meeting in the middle of the week so that at least we be in the same line and by the end of the week.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll consider that. I'll consider that. Okay, in the middle of the week, I usually prefer having it on Mondays because now you see my other responsibilities within the week now usually piling up from Tuesday now, the sessions, Wednesday, Thursday. Then there are also sessions that we'll be having in the evening. Like now, Remember there was beginner sessions, there was sometime kulikuwa na beginner session sometime last week. So, and I'm sure apart from now this week, next week, I'm sure there will be a beginner session in the evening. So, that's what I'm saying. I'll consider that. Now we work, I'll consider that and now I'll let you know about it. So,
Okay. No worries. Thanks.
okay, so you're welcome. Anyone else with a pair you'd like me to look at?
Jeff, briefly, maybe let's look at what happens in CHF JPY.
The CHF JPY.
JPY, yeah.
Okay, CHF JPY. CHF JPY. CHF JPY. We have that right there. So this is what you have for CHF. This is what you have for CHF JPY. So we've had, this is the range that we've been, let me bring this back to candles. So this is the range that has been forming. So from this supply, from this demand all the way to this supply, then from this supply down to this demand, from this demand all the way to this supply, from this supply, with a push to the downside, then price comes back to supply, then a drop all the way to demand, like that. Right? Then from this demand, a push to the upside all the way. You feel the range all the way back to this supply again. So for this one, I'd anticipate to see price rally into this supply area. I'd anticipate to see price rally into this supply area at 203.450 and 203.980 areas. Okay, so I'd anticipate to see price react within that area. So a potential rally into these areas of 203.450 areas and 203.990 levels, 980 area, this supply. Okay. Rita, that is for CHF JPY.
Okay, thank you. I was wondering how to react when the prices get there, considering how bullish it's been looking.
Okay, yeah. Just wait for price to get into this supply and looking at the strength of this supply, because every time price taps into this level, you see a very strong push to the downside. So even at this area, I would anticipate to see a potential. I'd anticipate to see a potential reversal and price pushing to the downside. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Anyone else with a pair you'd like us to look at? We have about like 4 minutes to end the session. Or like 5 or 4 minutes to end the session.
Maybe Jeff, we can do NZD/USD. I was on transit at that time.
Yeah, okay. So NZD USD. All right, let's see. NZD USD. Yeah, so there is NZD USD. You can see price is broken above You can see price has broken above this area here. So from this demand all the way to the supply, price has broken above. This is more of a retest. Push to the upside and anticipate another retest of here before the potential continuation of the rally higher. Then this will be the first area of interest, these areas of 0.59500 based off this structure. Okay, based off this structure. So 0.59, 0.59500 areas like that. So I'd be looking to see price fill this range back to the areas of 0.59500 levels. Okay, so let's observe. Let's observe and see. Let's observe and see how price reacts to this. Okay, let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. So that is for NZD-USD. So, Hila.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay, all right, you're welcome. So anyone else that I'd like us to look at before we end the session? About 2 minutes to end the session. All right, so then if there is no other question, thank you guys for joining in. So I'll be sharing out the link just the same way I did for this session. So I'll be sharing out the link. You'll be able to get to join in. All right. So thank you for joining in. I wish you all a very amazing rest of your week. So have a great evening, and for those of us who will get to meet tomorrow in the live analysis, we get to catch up in tomorrow's session. For those of us who we may not get to meet in tomorrow's session, we'll catch up sometime later on. So cheers, guys. Have a great evening. We
Cheers.
catch
Thank
up
you.
tomorrow. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you. Supply and demand to the world.
Yeah, cheers, man.